Hey there, Virgo. Welcome to your reading for the middle of October 2020. If you're, what was I going to say? I don't remember. I was going to say, you know what I was going to say? I go live every single day at 12 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. So if you want to catch me live, then all you have to do is subscribe, hit the bell notification icon, and you will catch me live. This looks really, really nice so far here, Virgo. So I really definitely like to see that for you here. But let's keep it going. And Virgo, your overall energy is the Emperor. I feel like you're following a plan. I mean, you literally start with the Fool, which is, kind of represents the Fool's journey, starting on a journey, starting on a path. So I do feel like you are kind of on a journey at this time. I feel like there is like some sort of recognition coming in for you this month as well. So if you've been hoping to stand out, you have the Sun, the Three of Pentacles. The Three of Pentacles is your outcome for the middle of October. Three of Pentacles card of teamwork, but it can also be a card of showing off, or it can represent recognition as well, because it's kind of like a card of quality work. So it can just say that you have done some quality work on something in your life, and you will be standing out because of it. So I like that for you for sure. I feel like even your center card here, which is very important this month, is the King of Pentacles. So I feel like you're very driven, determined to be successful at this time. You start off with this deep knowing card here. I feel like you know the right direction in your life at this time. I feel like you need to trust your intuition here, kind of in this first row. It's like there's something that you want to get started on. Something is calling you with that Fool card. And I almost feel like you need to get started on something. It's like you know that you need to get started. Yes, you know that you're going to go the distance. This is pretty simple here, Virgo. Fool, Knight of Swords here, the Emperor here. I feel like you are kind of on a journey, on a path, or it's like you're starting something, like some sort of new beginning in love or business, and it's like you know that you have to get started, and then it leads to success right here. So I feel like there is a lot of success coming in for you. You have the Fool, Justice card, and the Sun in this first row here. I feel like something is literally calling you to start something new. And sorry, let me just fix my camera here, Virgo. For some reason it won't focus, but there you go. You have the Fool. I feel like this little dog is like saying, hey, get started. You know you need to get started on something. For some of you, I almost feel like saying false start here. The Ace of Wands in reverse is really the card of a false start. But I feel for some of you, I feel like maybe you have started something and then then you kind of don't start it and then you start it again. It could be a relationship, could be a business idea as well. I feel like there's a need to commit to the journey with that Fool card. Like I feel like, yes, will there be obstacles? Will there be challenges? No doubt about it. But I feel like there is success coming in for you, and I feel like you need to kind of get moving on something to be truly successful here. The Justice card is kind of like saying, I feel like this is saying at this time, like maybe you have started a project or a business, and it's like you're not seeing energy back, it's like you're not getting energy back. I feel like you're asking for proof that something is going to work before you even get started. So I feel like it's just not going to work like that right now. I feel like this Justice card is saying that maybe your challenge this month, or maybe your challenge currently, is the fact that you're hoping to see results before you even get started on something. It's almost like sometimes we want to start something, but we want to know that it's going to be successful. It's like we want to start a business, or maybe we want to start a YouTube channel, and we're like, I want to know that this is going to be successful before I put the work in. I feel like this is saying, in this position here, I feel like it's saying you can't. I feel like it's saying you just have to get started. There will be no proof. Same thing in love as well. It's like I feel like you could be dealing with someone where it's like they're not really showing interest, but I feel like they are interested. So I'm here to tell you there's interest. But I feel like you're hoping with that Justice card that there's going to be more, more of a display of attraction or something like that with a person, or it's like you just don't know. But you do have the Sun here. I feel like the Sun is saying, number one, trust your intuition for some reason. The Sun doesn't really represent intuition, but what I will say is that there's squiggly lines on the Sun, and there's also straight rays on the Sun as well. The Sun is a combination of the Sun and the Moon energy. It represents both, and because of those squiggly rays. So it can say trust your intuition, but I also feel like you are being enlightened to something here. So again, I feel like some of you could be receiving communication from a person here, telling you that they're interested, or there's going to be some sort of sign or symbol. It's going to make you very happy, whatever it is with the Sun card there, obviously, and it's going to lead to a lot of success. I feel like this month, the rest of this month, you are just going to be trying things. The Fish is an energy of just like having a small win. Even, I can't remember what she calls it in this deck, but she calls it like the medicine or whatever of the card. I can't remember. But basically her suggestion with the Fish card is to try something like have a small win. So for some of you, If this is in love, I feel like you could almost just be, reaching out to a person, seeing if they reach back out to you. Or you could be doing a little flirting, see if they flirt with you. It's like you're hoping for those small wins, or you're hoping to have some sort of small win with that fish energy. You have the Knight of Swords, the King of Pentacles, and the High Priestess here. I feel also for others that for some of you, I almost feel like this is like another person in this situation. If you have your eye on a person, I feel like you could be hearing communication or hearing from someone else that like so-and-so is interested in you. So I do feel like you are going to be enlightened to whatever this situation is. So it's like if you're interested in someone new and it's like you're not sure if they're interested in you, I feel like someone like a friend or a mutual, acquaintance or whatever comes in and tells you that they are interested. For others, I feel like maybe you just, I feel like there's some sort of accident here, but I feel like this is like a Bob Ross accident. I feel like this is a happy little accident, Virgo. Like maybe you accidentally like this person's picture on social media, or maybe they like one of your pictures, or they send you a message or something. I feel like it's kind of like an accident is what's popping to my head, but I feel like it gets this moving forward. So if you have your eye on someone, I feel like there's some sort of like accident or something that's happening here. I feel like for others, it's like you're really focusing on your finances here with this King of Pentacles. And I feel like, again, I do feel like part of the challenge this month is also just trusting your intuition, or kind of like trusting your feelings with this High Priestess card. I feel like there's more for you as well with these two cards this month, Virgo. I feel like for a lot of you, this is saying like things, maybe you're finding success in work or business, but I feel like there's more. And I feel like this High Priestess is like a need to take action. For others, I do feel like there is something about effort going on here. For whatever reason, I feel like some of you, it's like maybe you're interested in someone who's like super busy, maybe they have a lot going on. So I do feel like you're going to have to put in more effort maybe than you're used to. This could, take this how it resonates. This could be like vice versa as well here, Virgo. But I feel like there's something about effort going on here. It's like someone is going to have to put in more effort than the other person. I don't think this is saying like this is an out of balance relationship. I don't think there's actually going to be anything wrong with this. You have the Three of Pentacles here as your outcome, which says if this is new love, this to me says that there is going to be both, balanced effort. Three of Pentacles, card of teamwork. And again, we're going to clarify this in just a minute. So again, if this is new love, I just feel like this is just saying to get it started, to get things going, it's going to require some effort here. I'm almost wondering if some of you are like interested in someone who is in the public eye. Could be someone famous with the Sun card here. Maybe you're famous, Virgo, if you're watching this, or maybe you are in the public eye or something. I just feel like there's some sort of barrier here towards getting someone to move towards you here in love, or there could be something going on here. Next, you have the witch, I should say here. This says the earthy weaver of worlds. I feel like you can create your own reality. This is reminding me of the magician here. So I feel like for some of you, you are creating your own reality at this time. And I feel like that's great. I feel like you're kind of starting something new. You have the Eight of Swords, the Temperance card, and the Three of Pentacles in this row. I feel like you're just realizing that you can create your own reality. Taurus had a very similar message as well. The Eight of Swords is coming up in a position here that kind of represents like what you have realized on this journey. And I feel like you have realized that you have been keeping yourself stuck for a very long period of time. I feel like you are realizing the energy you need to put into things so that you can have them, like relationships, businesses, whatever. And I feel like you're also realizing that you can't know the outcome before you get started. Because if you never get started, there won't be an outcome, right? So I feel like you're like learning to get started on journeys here. Or it's like you're learning the importance of really committing to something and seeing something through to the end, no matter what. And then you have the Three of Pentacles. I feel like this is your outcome this month, for the rest of this month. I feel like there's like teamwork. Could be building of something of quality, or you could be building something that will stand out for a very long period of time. This could be like a relationship coming in for you here. And I feel like it could be a very quality relationship. Something where it's like you're both putting in the work, you're both putting in the effort, and other people will notice this as well, Virgo. For others, could be like a business or some sort of creative project. And again, I feel like it's something that will make you stand out, could make you famous with the Sun card here. You always get the Sun, I realized. I think in your last weekly reading that I did for you, you had like the Sun, and I was saying something about you kind of like standing out, becoming famous. Maybe you're not literally becoming famous, but like maybe in work or in business, you're like really standing out. So between the Fool here and the Knight of Swords, you have the Three of Hearts. Three of Hearts I just call an indicator card. To me, it just indicates the direction of a reading, and to me, it just says that the reading is moving in a positive direction. So a really good card for you. Between the Justice card and the King of Pentacles, you have the Eight of Hearts, right? It's funny, the Eight of Hearts is called the Moon. And it's not like the moon in the tarot. The moon in the Lenormand actually represents romance or romantic fantasies, or kind of like romantic fantasies that you desire to have on Earth. But it can also just represent fantasies in general. And again, this Justice card is kind of coming up in a challenging position here in this spread that I'm using. And then you have the King of Pentacles as well, which is kind of like the King of Pentacles represents how you're going to approach this situation. And that Eight of Hearts is kind of like dreaming, fantasizing. Like I said, I feel like your challenge is like you are fantasizing about a future, something that you know could lead to happiness, success, the sun, whatever. And the Eight of Hearts is kind of like trying to manifest things on Earth. So the moon in the Lenormand says you need to manifest your desires down on Earth. So I do feel like there is a need for you to kind of like make something a reality. Like I was saying with that Justice card in the first place, I feel like it's saying you need to put the work in without knowing what the outcome is going to be. So I do feel like there's a lot of that energy this month. Between the Sun and the High Priestess, you have the King of Hearts. Yeah, that King of Hearts is called the house or the home, and it can represent kind of like true love coming in for you here. Again, I do feel like there's a need for you to trust your intuition on a person. I'm wondering, like I said, I get like a lot of questions in my head, just questions, but nothing specific. I'm wondering if this person that's coming in for you, like I said, I'm wondering if they're like super busy or if they're famous or, there's something here where it's like there's a lot of questions about the situation. Like, is it worth it? Should I put in the time, effort, and energy? Should I take action with the High Priestess? But I'd say don't overthink. I feel like there's a need to get moving on this situation. Between the Knight of Swords and the Eight of Swords, you have the Six of Clubs here, burdens. So I do feel like you are kind of like dealing with burdens at this time, or you could be dealing with a lot of heavy weights at this time as well. A lot of uncertainty is what I feel here with that Six of Clubs. But I feel like it's something that you will be overcoming. Again, I feel like it's almost like you're learning to just take a risk at this time, especially starting off with the Fool card here. It's like you're just learning what it's like to just like throw caution to the wind. And we're not talking about like crazy risks here, Virgo, but for years, literally, that I've been reading for you, you always get the Fool card, and it's like you're just learning to take some sort of risk at this time. Between the King of Pentacles and the Temperance card, you have the Seven of Hearts here. So I do get like a need to be patient at this time in this situation in your life. This could be love again. For others, I feel like there is a need for you to kind of like commit to something. The Seven of Hearts is a card of commitment because it's a card called the Tree. And look, your overall energy is this Emperor card, right? And the Emperor card is a tree in this deck. So I feel like for some of you, this is like an energy of you needing to commit to something that you desire in your life. The tree represents your roots, like where you come from. And for some of you, I'm wondering if you're trying to actually kind of like move away from your roots. That could be a challenge here because you have the Eight of Swords here, the tree. It's almost like feeling trapped by your roots or feeling trapped in a situation. So I'm wondering if you're feeling trapped by like where you come from, or you're feeling trapped from your roots, from your family. And it's like you're trying to step away from that. Between the High Priestess and the Three of Pentacles, you have the Tower. The Tower is a card of guidance. Like I said, there is an element of like wanting answers here. It's like you already know the answers. You have the Deep Knowing card, and you have the Sun, and it's coming up in the same row. The Tower and the Lenormand represents kind of like guidance. It's a card of isolation, but it also says that you are being kind of like guided at this time, or you will be following guidance, because the Tower stands above the clouds in the Lenormand here. So I feel like you need to kind of like trust your inner guidance with that, with this Tower energy, basically, is what I'd say to you. In your top row, you have the Two of Swords, the Two of Spades here, which is like some sort of separation. So I do feel like there could be some sort of separation going on for you here. Again, I feel like for some of you, you're just separating away from your roots at this time. With that energy. So I do feel like for some of you, you're kind of just like stepping away from roots, or you're stepping away from something, that has kind of like held you back for a very long period of time. In your middle here, you have the Jack of Hearts. This is like new love coming in for you here. So I do feel like there is new love coming in for you with that Jack of Hearts. And I do feel like it could be someone who is kind of like a fantasy in this row, because you have the 8 of Hearts here, 7 of Hearts, someone who wants to have a family, children. So I do feel like there could be a very deep commitment coming in for you here with that Jack of Hearts. Someone who really wants to commit with the 7 of Hearts as well. You have the King of Hearts here, all these Hearts cards. So definitely love coming in for you at this time, Virgo. And in your bottom row, you have the Jack of Diamonds. Yeah, cutting out the past, like I said. So really, I feel like this reading, I feel like I overcomplicated it in a lot of ways. And I feel like it's pretty simple. I feel like in a lot of ways that you are just learning that you can't know all the answers and that you're just going to have to take a risk on something anyway. And I feel like that's exactly what you're going to do for the rest of the month. Pretty simple. I feel like you're just like, well, I can't know how this is going to go before it actually happens. So I'm just going to take a risk. And I'm just going to see where things go. This could be in love, this could be in business, pretty much anything, but definitely something new coming in for you here. Probably new love. Again, I don't even get anything at all about past love in this situation. Obviously, if you're already in a relationship, this looks really good for you as well, Virgo. You could be kind of like renewing the relationship with this 8 of Hearts, finding new comfort in the relationship, trusting your intuition. So I really like this for you, Virgo. I feel like it's going to be a really good rest of the month. So thank you for watching and definitely enjoy your month.